And now, my main ambition as I turn Smoky loose to making his self acquainted is that the folks who will get to know him will see that horse as I seen him. Welcome back. I am continuing my read through the Newbery Award winners. Today we are looking at the 1927 winner, Smoky the Cow Horse by Will James. Will James was born in 1892 on a quilt literally in the middle of the prairie in Montana. He was orphaned at the age of 4 and was taken in by a family friend who was a trapper, traveled around to Canada. When his foster father was drowned in a tragic accident in his early teens, Will James followed in his father's footsteps and became a cowboy. Some time in jail and an injury both gave him time to develop his artistic ability. He had a few pictures published, and then a friend suggested that he write some stories to go along with his sketches. He wrote some short stories and eventually wrote Smoky the Cow Horse, along with a variety of other things. He wrote this for adults, so when he got the news that it had won a Children's Book Award, he was quite surprised. Smoky the Cow Horse is, well, the story of Smoky the Cow Horse. The book starts with his birth and his early years running wild, and then he is taken by the ranch, and a cowhand named Clint is given the responsibility of breaking him to use as a cow horse. They form a very tight bond, and Smoky proves to be incredibly intelligent. Unfortunately, after several years, Smoky is stolen by a nefarious character, and then he ends up going through several other cycles of life. He ends up being sold as a bucking bronco, and he also spends time as a horse for rent. You can tell that James has a real love for horses and for the geography. There are some lovely descriptions of the landscape and of the change of the seasons, as well as of the horses. The book was a slower read than I expected. Thinking back on it, a lot of stuff does happen, but it read very slowly for me. And I think part of that has to do with some of the leisurely descriptions of the landscape and the seasons, but also because it's written in this kind of cowboy vernacular. I think it would make a really good read aloud if you really kind of dug into that cowboy twang, but just reading it as a book, I found it a little bit slow going because of some of that. Also, one thing that I would just want to make people aware of is that the thief who steals Smoky away is portrayed in a slightly problematic way. So he is described solely as a half-breed, half-Indian, half-black, and what is problematic about it is that it's intimated that the reason that he's a bad guy is because of that heritage. He's also not given a name or called anything but half-breed or breed. It's just because something that really shows the racism of the day. If you're reading this with kids, it would be good to use that to open a conversation about the way that people think or thought about certain groups of people simply because of the color of their skin or because of their background. Overall, I thought this was an interesting glimpse into the life of cow horse and cowboys from a slightly different perspective than I've read before. This would be a really good book for fans of Black Beauty. It has a similar kind of style of the horse going through these different owners and different aspects of life. And of course, anyone who likes horses or cowboys or adventure would also probably enjoy it. Smoky is another book that is in the public domain and is available on Project Gutenberg. I will put a link for that in the description. Next up, we have Gaynek, The Story of a Pigeon by Gopal Mukherjee, and I am curious to see another animal story and how this one is handled. Thanks for watching and happy reading!